6 months. Guys, step on board. I'm Peter Schrager, your fearless conductor, and this is my personalized Jimmy Garoppolo.
All aboard!
We've got Jimmy G riding shotgun. Look, I got it with my own name on it. I love the guy so much. I call it. We got him riding shotgun. And who knows? Maybe he catches that pass from Amendola. I mean, we don't know what would have happened. Maybe he's the one. Maybe he completes a Hail Mary at the end of the Super Bowl. Maybe he does. Look, we've got Reuben Foster. We've got Solomon Thomas. We've got Kyle Shanahan. We've got John Lynch. We've got George freaking Kittle. We've got Pierre Garçon. And we've got cap space, baby. Money to burn. We've also got Bob Lang running PR. We got a cool PR guy. We've got Jimmy Garoppolo. Say it again. Jimmy Garoppolo. I've shown a lot of resistance, guys, more than you even know. Not talking about the 49ers every segment the past 4 days, but we're 96 hours out of the Super Bowl, and it's just been too much. 49ers, they're the team that I will be talking about the most this offseason.
The flag's up, Peter.
They are the team that I want to see take the field in September. And as part of the opening ceremonies to the off-season games, it is a Niners world, and we are just living in it. Get ready, guys. Buckle up. You're going to be sick to your stomach, Rams fans.
I'll never look at
that's the part right there.
That is the part.
That's the part right there. Do we have to play the rest of this? No. Do we have to play the rest of it? Is there more? Is it good?
That's it.
That's the part right there. You're going to be sick to your stomach, Rams fan. That's right. We're coming for you. You know what? On that note, before we get to the rest of the hype, man, let's take a cheers. Let's take a cheers here, man.
Cheers,
Jimmy Garoppolo is our quarterback, man. We're going to do this right. We don't have any cool beers or anything like that. Shout out to the guys over there at Better Rivals. They always have those exotic beers. But right here, we just got a regular, plain old whiskey sour, man. Cheers to Jimmy Garoppolo and the 49ers.
Salud.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. That's what I'm talking about right there. All right, so we're going to get into some fan hype now, okay? Because the fans have been holding us down. Listen, guys, we are absolutely nothing without the fans, and I mean that from the bottom of our hearts. We haven't even been doing this a year yet. No. We're almost up to 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. By the way, guys, if you're watching this on YouTube, if you know someone, please tell them to hit the subscribe button. We have to get to 1,000 subscribers by a certain amount of time, and that deadline is almost here. It's before the end of the month. So, guys, make sure that if you know someone, tell them to get to it, all right? Hook us up, man. We want to keep this good content coming for you guys. We have a fun, action-packed, a lot of interviews and stuff coming to you guys this off season, and we can't finish everything if we don't get this 1,000 subscribers. So we got to make sure we get there, though. All right, so we're going to continue with this hype train right now, all right? And we're going to do some phone calls from the fans called in that want to, they want to say, what's up to Jimmy G? You know what I mean? So let's start with this one here. This is the one right here. We're going to start with this one. Here we go.
Hey, Jimmy G. Alex from Houston, repping it, but I still got to rep the Bay Area, you feel me? Jimmy G got that fat extension. I'm excited. We going to the Super Bowl. I'm calling it 13-3, baby. Jimmy G, Deshaun Watson, Super Bowl 52. I'm out.
That was so cool. So he's from Houston. He's a Niners fan. Yep. He's from Houston, so obviously he says Deshaun Watson because he's the Texans against the 49ers in the Super Bowl.
Garoppolo in the Super Bowl.
But where'd he mess up?
It's not 52. 53, but we're gonna be there.
He said Super Bowl 52, but it's all good, man. We know what you meant. We're gonna rep for the 52.
Either way, the quest for 6 is continuing.
That's right, and it's valid now.
It is valid.
It's actually valid.
Like
we have a chance at actually getting the 6. It's not just a mantra. It's not just a saying anymore. We are truly in pursuit of that 6 Lombardi, like bringing that thing home. I'm freaking livid, man. I love it, man. I can't begin to tell you guys how excited I am. So we got another one here. Let me see. Which one should we do? We're gonna do this one. This one got me hyped, man. This one got me hyped. So no. This isn't the hype one though, is it? Let's see. All right, here we go.
Jimmy Jesus. Jimmy Tupac and the Ric Flair.
Woo! That's what I'm talking about, man. That's what I'm talking about. That's our boy, man. Come on,
that was Sal, man. That was a good one, man. I love it.
Yeah, Sal Howdy G. That's what I'm talking about, man. Holding us down 2 times for the Jimmy G. Woo! I loved it, man. That was dope. I really like that one. All right, so let me see what else we got here. We had a lot of stuff from the fans, man. Like they were really bringing it, yo. Like this chat line. By the way, if you guys want to hit us up. You guys want to give us a call, you want to leave a voicemail, you want to send us a text message, you guys can do that anytime. The number is 628-888-3443.
That's it.
You guys hit us up, man, anytime you want. We are here, man. We're here to talk to you guys. All right, here's another one about the Jimmy Garoppolo hype, okay?
Is this real? Is this real? Because I can't believe it. My heart is pumping. $137.5 million for Jimmy G. I'd pay it all. I'm so excited. Go Niners!
That's what I'm talking about.
Go Niners!
I love it. I love it. I love it. Everybody's excited, man. I'm not gonna lie to you, man. There's probably more women excited that Jimmy Garoppolo staying in the Bay Area for 5 years than it is us as football.
Especially those that live in the Bay Area.
Yeah, man.
They're like, yeah, Jimmy, I'll show you around town. Come on, baby.
Where are you shopping? I'll help you out here. Here, speaking of getting some love from the females out there, I think we got another one here.
Beyond excited that Jimmy G is in for the win with the Niners. Can't wait to see the team back on the field next season and rep my red and gold. Go Niners, baby.
All day, every day, man. The hype is just going to keep pouring in, man. Like, people are so freaking excited, man. Just, Nick, man, you can't beat this.
You can't. The hype is real. Whether it's the Bay Area, it's from coast to coast right now.
Yeah.
And may even throw Hawaii in there. With the players showing up today, the hype, they're all excited. You had former players come out and say how excited they were, how he makes the team that much better. And the hype train is real, man. And I'm jumping on that train with Peter Schrags, man.
Yeah.
Because Peter Schrags had me fired up today. He said, welcome to Good Morning 49ers football. Good morning 49ers football, guys. Big shout out to Peter Schrags, Kay Adams, all of them throwing that out over there.
Kyle Brent. They even what's the guy's name in the side with the suit on? Sylvia, whatever his name is. I don't know. Anyway, they always show a lot of love to the 49ers, man. I love what they do.
They do.
Here's another one. This one, he even sent in a video of his child, but let's play the voicemail again first.
As my 3-year-old would say, Jimmy Dime, Jimmy Dime, Jimmy Dime, Jimmy Jesus.
Jimmy Dime, Jimmy Dime, Jimmy Dime, Jimmy Jesus.
What, Mike? What are we gonna call him? What is the actual?
Jimmy Dime, Jimmy Dime, Jimmy Jesus. And that's 3, baby.
That's
3, baby. I love it, man. He sent us the video of the kid. He's cute, man. Oh my God. I'm loving this. Like, I'm having so much fun just going through this. As far as what I'm gonna call him, just Jimmy G. Like, that's it. I can't do the whole Jimmy GQ or what
Optimus Dime.
Yeah, I mean, all that stuff, it sounds cool and everything. And I'm not like,
hating.
I'm not putting up, but I know me in a regular conversation, Jimmy, you know what I mean? Jimmy G. That's just gonna be my thing. I can feel that just flows naturally for me. So I'm still excited. You know what I mean? I'm still just as happy as everyone else is about it. But I'm just saying, like, that's kind of where it is for me.
Jimmy Super Bowl 53.
There you go. You think we're gonna make it? Stop. We're not gonna go there.
We're not getting into that right now.
All right, and then we're gonna save the best hype one for last.
Oh yeah.
This is gonna be it right here, guys. This is gonna be the one that we're gonna end the hype section with before we get into this contract detail. So my man Delta. God, you guys just got to hear this. I'm going to play it now. I promise.
What's up, fellas? It's Delta. Niners, baby! We signed Jimmy G! We got Jimmy G. We got us a fucking quarterback. How about that, fellas? We got us a fucking quarterback. And the better words of Mike, we got us a fucking quarterback. All right, fella, I'm so pumped. I'm so excited, guys. Hey, keep up the good work, man. I appreciate what all y'all do, man. Just keep it up, bro. And let's go, Niners. Let's go get this quest for 6, baby. Let's go.
I love it, man. I freaking love it, man. Delta showing some love.
Yo, he had me fired up, man. I listened to that, and I said it right in a group message. I said, yo, Delta's got me fired up over here, man.
Yeah.
Delta, great job. All the fans that called in and left voicemails, really appreciate you guys, man. The hype is real, man.
It is. And we're gonna get to more of the voicemails because we got some other things, some questions that don't necessarily have to do with Jimmy G and things like that about the draft and free agency and things like that. So before we get to that, though, we want to stick with the podcast part of the contract. So let's go ahead and start breaking this thing down, Nick. When we did the reaction video, we knew about the 137.5 being the contract and the average of 27.5, making him the highest paid quarterback. But now the details have emerged, and before we start breaking it down, you have a general idea of what the details are. How do you feel about this contract?
I think it's definitely a team-friendly contract.
137.5 million is team-friendly?
Yeah, I think $137.5 million is team-friendly. And I don't think he's going to be the highest-paid quarterback very long.
No.
You got a lot of good quarterbacks coming up that are going to get paid.
Check this out. some names that people aren't talking about: Case Keenum, Sam Bradford, Teddy Bridgewater, Nick Foles. He could negotiate for another contract, right?
Mm-hmm.
Aaron Rodgers, Drew Brees. Now, those are people that people are talking about, obviously, but those guys are all looking for new numbers this year.
Yeah.
All of those guys. And so if Jimmy G is getting this kind of money off of 5 games as a 49ers quarterback or 7 throughout his career, can you imagine what Aaron Rodgers is going to do to the Packers?
That's interesting, too, because, I mean, it is interesting because I'm still waiting for that rule to be held up.
Oh, you want to see if
I really want to see the NFL hold to their rule and to their standards, as they say they do.
Well, we got to start getting on them on Twitter.
Because if that's the case,
they think that everybody forgot, man.
Aaron Rodgers is going to get paid somewhere.
So this is what happened, guys. This is what happened. The Packers activated Aaron Rodgers. They pulled him off of IR. They activated him in that second to last game.
Yeah.
Where they had to win out in order to make the playoffs. And they lost the game. And immediately after losing the game, they put him back on IR. Well, the NFL has a rule where if you do that and there's no new injury, you have to release that player. So the Packers and the NFL are hoping that no one talks about this anymore. They don't want this to resurface because the NFL has to do something. They have a rule. The Packers violated the rule. I'm surprised Robert Kraft of the Patriots or Jerry Jones, because those two guys hate when the NFL digs at them.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they always feel like they're being targeted. I can't believe that there's something.
It could come up with the CBA rules, though.
Well, but it is what it is right now.
Right.
So I'm surprised.
I haven't heard much about it, and that's why I'm bringing it up, because who knows? Aaron Rodgers could want to play somewhere else.
I don't know if he want to play some. He's a god out there right now.
He could. He's
a god right there. If he goes anywhere else and he's not as good as he was, come on. He can listen to this. He can stay where he is, be not as good as he was, and everybody in Wisconsin is going to make excuses. They're going to blame everyone except Aaron Rodgers because he is a god to them.
He's got a new girlfriend too.
And listen, and if they cut him, he's a free agent. He can still go back to Green Bay. You know what I mean?
I don't think he can. I think the rule though states you're released from that team and cannot re-sign with that team.
I don't know that part. I didn't dig that deep into it. I know that they have to cut him, but if he's a free agent, what's stopping him from going back?
Right.
You know, he can literally just refuse to sign.
Maybe it was if you were under contract more years, you couldn't re-sign with them.
Oh, we have to look it up, man. I don't know all the rules. I won't pretend to, but we'll check it out and we're gonna get into it. And are we gonna start like a little Twitter petition? We're just gonna message Roger Goodell every
we should. We should, and just ask what's going on with the Aaron Rodgers situation. I think everybody should do that.
Yeah, we'll see what happens, man.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens. We got any comments or anything going on over there before we get this contract?
Hey guys, what's going on YouTube? Just want to give you guys a shout out.
This is the behind the scenes stuff. Sorry about the people listening to the podcast, but we do have the YouTube going just for a quick behind the scenes segment here.
So we'll get to Michael Allen's question later. He said, "So who you all think we picking up? Bryce Butler, Taylor Gabriel, or Jarvis Landry?" We'll get to that. Kevin Watt says, "Man, I'm so happy we have a quarterback. So many teams shuffling for a franchise."
Yeah.
Michael answers his question and says, "Kevin, we just need to get him some upgraded weapons."
And that's an interesting point. All right, so let's get into this contract really quick, and we're gonna get to those questions, guys. You guys keep listening, and if not on YouTube, but you guys make sure you listen to the podcast, and you will hear the answers to your questions. I promise. Because this is the YouTube part's going to be ending soon, so we got to break down this contract. So let me. Where do I do with my contract details here? So this contract, the reason why people are calling it team friendly is because it really leaves the Niners an out like every year. Like they can pull out of this contract, and the dead money ain't as bad as what you would think with 137 being, you know what I mean, on the table. So let's talk about this contract. Let's talk about the signing bonus first. The signing bonus, I couldn't believe it was only $7 million. Like, so for example, Brady signed 2 different signing bonuses that I can remember, and they equaled over $50 million, those 2 signing bonuses. Now, people say, oh, well, Brady only is getting $14 million this year. Yeah, but when he re-signed his contract 2 years ago, he got $35 million just for signing his name.
Yeah.
You know?
See, and that's what I think the 2019 is, because there's another 2019 base salary in there, which $7.5 million of it is guaranteed at signing. So I think he gets that signing bonus for 18 and 19.
I see what you're saying. So it said, all right. So it says signing bonus for this year, $7 million, guaranteed roster bonus, $28 million. Now that's if he makes the roster.
Yeah,
he's got to make the 53-man roster. You can't like quit, get injured, go missing. $28 million for making the roster next year. All right,
Jimmy G's running away from the Bay, guys.
Yeah,
no,
his 2018 base salary is $6.2 million guaranteed. Workout bonus is $600K, and the workout bonuses are for doing like the OTAs and stuff like that, like the before the season. That's what the workout bonuses are. And then your per game roster bonus. So he's going to make $800,000 every game
per game, no matter what.
Right.
Like to be bringing home that check.
So he's going to make $42.6 million this year. Okay.
In year one.
Yep. And now this is still in year one. 74.1 million injury guarantee already kicked in. So if week one comes and he gets tackled, they break his collarbone, he's guaranteed to get that $74.1 million.
Yep.
Now that's fair.
It's already kicked in.
Right. That's fair to him. You know what I mean? If he's out there doing his job and he gets injured, it's not his fault. You know. So now this kid is injury prone. Are we gonna act like this isn't something? I'm not gonna say injury prone.
Yeah, I wouldn't say injury
he's had 2 injuries in 7 games.
Yeah.
Are we gonna act like we're not concerned? Are you worried about it at all?
I am if we don't upgrade this O-line.
Exactly, my man. We're thinking on the same page. All right, so then we don't have to go through year by year. 2019, the base salary is $17.2 million, 7.5 of which is guaranteed at signing. So I think what this means, I see what you're saying, like he's signing again. He's not signing again. I think that 7.5 is already guaranteed, but he's not going to get it until 2019.
Right.
So
it's really 14.5.
Right. So he's already got it. Right,
bonus.
but they don't give him that 7. That's to break it up over the years for the cap space.
Right, for cap.
So I think that's what that is. Okay. All right. 2019 workout bonus $600,000 per game again for $800,000. It says for 2019 we'll make $18.6 million for a 2-year total of $61.2 million, $10 million more than what he would have if he received the franchise tag 2 times.
2 straight times.
And so that's incentive for him to not sit here and play the franchise tag game. During the press conference today, I can't remember who it was that asked the question, but they were like, "Why didn't you get more out of this?" It wasn't Grant Cohn.
No, it wasn't Grant.
Grant asked a different question that kind of annoyed me, but it was a different one altogether. But someone asked, "Why didn't you, drag this out? You could have made the 49ers.
You could have gotten more. You could have made them pay you more,
right,
and stuff like that."
And he was like, "Because I wanted to be here," which I love this answer. I want to be here. Why am I going to drag this out and things like that? But that's another reason right there. They gave him a reason to not want the franchise tag. They gave him 10 million reasons on top of being tagged twice.
Yeah, instead. And like he said, that question was asked to him in the presser was, when did you know you wanted to be here? He said it was quite easy. These players, the front office, the coaches, the cooks, everybody made him feel welcomed. And he said it's different. It was different. And he wasn't playing or anything like that. And, they said that it just made it so easy for him to make this decision that he wanted to be here. So, hats off to all the people in Levi, the coaches, the players, the cooks, the janitors, everybody that wanted him here, making him feel welcome as well as the fans, and made this an easy in for him. He wanted to get this done as soon as possible.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's what I took from that.
Absolutely, man. So we won't break down the contract anymore, but guys, know this, man. The 49ers have ways to get out of this contract if by chance. So a big worry for a lot of people, and I think myself included, is 7 games is not a large sample size. Okay? Think about this. Colin Kaepernick's first 7 games, Super Bowl. Mm-hmm. Colin Kaepernick is not who we thought he was going to be.
And since you say that, it's funny because me and Stefan were just talking about this tonight, and I said, yeah, I'm a little worried because of the fact that there wasn't a lot of tape on him, right? But he brought up a good point. He says, I'm not worried about the tape because Kyle Shanahan is a great offensive mind, the coach, where Jimmy only knew a quarter of the playbook, as they said in the pressers today, not even knowing the whole playbook, and being able to game plan and use a different type of attack mode in all these different teams. Look what he did in Atlanta. Mm-hmm. So I'm not worried about the tape out there, as worried as I was after I seen the fact of Colin Kaepernick tape out. once there was tape on Cap, he was one-dimensional. He became one-dimensional.
Right.
Whether that's because of Harbaugh trying to make him what he was or whatever, we're not going to turn this into a Cap contest. You know what I mean?
Right. But there's a difference, though. And I get what you guys are saying. And it makes sense because Colin Kaepernick didn't have someone to design plays the way Kyle Shanahan can. He had Greg Roman, who only knew how to do 5 different things and make them look different.
Right.
That's not quite what I'm getting at. Colin Kaepernick's first 7 games, he showed us different things in different games. Okay? His first game against the Bears, he was chucking the ball all over the field.
Down the field.
I mean, God, that Kyle Williams sideline throw, Vernon Davis was going crazy.
Don't ever mention that name.
Hey, look, man, we got a new number 10. I can talk about him now. We got a new number 10 in town.
Still can't. You can just say number 10.
But my point is that attack was way different than what Colin Kaepernick did in the playoffs against Green Bay, where he ran for 181 yards. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
there was different aspects because he came out one
aspects.
week, they were protecting against the pass. He ran for 181 yards.
Exactly.
The next week, they started doing the thing. He would throw the ball.
Right. But after those 7 games, there was film. Now you can design all the plays you want, but if we know that quarterback's tendencies, all of a sudden he can't execute those plays.
One thing changed on the defenses against him, and that was
Him
basically a spy.
Him who?
On Cap.
Okay.
That was basically a spy, and they were hitting the quarterback no matter what, out of the pistol. No matter what, they were hitting him.
Right. They finally said, we're not going to play the ball. We're just going to hit them.
And that changed his whole career.
Right. But the thing is, though, it's still the fact that they were able to study and break down tendencies. And it wasn't just Colin Kaepernick that felt this. RG3 was affected by it. Russell Wilson had to learn to play from the pocket more. Cam Newton had to adjust his game as well. The 2 guys who couldn't adjust their games were Colin Kaepernick and RG3.
Yeah, RG3.
Right? They couldn't adjust their games, and the league kind of took them out. You know what I mean? As far as being effective, I should say.
Right.
Right. Colin Kaepernick's not in the league for completely different reasons, but I'm not going to go into that. My point is, if these 7 games turn out to be the Colin Kaepernick thing all over again, where we were wowed, listen, I'm not going to lie to you guys, man. I knew Colin Kaepernick was going to be better than Steve Young. I said, this is just his first couple of games. Imagine when he can really study. Imagine when he progresses, when he learns to read a field. He never did those things. And if Jimmy doesn't get better every year, the league is going to catch up to him.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's any player.
So the outs that we have in this contract, Parag did an excellent job, man. Like Nick, I was so damn proud when I saw this contract come up, man. Like, we can get out of this and not owe shit in the future.
I know, because you were a little worried about that. You're like, Parag hasn't handled
He hasn't done a serious big contract except Colin Kaepernick's. Which was team friendly too. And the NFL shitted on him because of how he pulled Colin Kaepernick through the cold. Like, they were like, I can't believe you fleeced him like that. Mm-hmm. You know, and the NFL crapped on him for that contract. And I'm not going to lie, that had me worried that, you know, the worry to me was that other players aren't going to want to do deals with the Niners because they're worried about the Niners getting over on them. Now, the Niners aren't really getting over on Jimmy in this, even though we have the easy out the same way with the Colin Kaepernick thing. And here's the difference. If you're good and you make the roster, he's going to see every penny of this contract.
Oh, yeah.
He's going to see every penny of this contract.
If he even plays remotely to lights out, he's going to see, without an injury, he's going to see every single dime.
Exactly. And that's the cool thing. So it's not like, oh, we can cut you whenever we want, whatever, which is still true. They could cut him, but he's got to be doing something so bad that they're willing to say, you know what, it ain't worth it. And you're not going to – let's say he comes out this next year and he's horrible. He doesn't look good, right? They're not going to cut him because of that. Because year 2, there's still a lot of guarantees included with that. So they're not going to cut him. Now, year 3 is when they would cut him and say, you know what, we gave you a full year.
Well, actually, I think year 3, he's up to guaranteed $90 million up through 3 years.
If he makes the roster.
If he makes
That's
the roster.
What I'm saying. They'll cut him after year 2.
Yeah, and it's $74 million.
After year 2, yeah. So year one being this year that's coming, 2018, 2019. Year 2 is going to be 2019, 2020. Right. So if he's bad this year, they'll give him one more year to see if he's any good. And if he's horrible,
come 21, 22 year,
then they're going to cut him.
They can cut him.
And that's when
and really, they're only paying 10 more than they would have with a franchise tag.
Exactly. Which is great.
Yeah.
That's great. Because and then you know why this is even great? Because that's 10 more based off of the franchise tag now. Mm-hmm. Now the next franchise tag is going to include this big ass contract. It's going to include Drew Brees. It's going to include Aaron Rodgers. It's going to include Kirk Cousins. Like, so
you like that? You like that?
That 10 million more right now is
Could be
probably going to
30
be
million.
no. It's
Easy.
probably, no. What I'm saying is it's going to be like 7 million less when they get these new figures.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm
Look at
saying?
them
So
figures, yeah.
it's going to work out for
Absolutely.
the Niners. This was an excellent contract for both parties involved, the 49ers and Jimmy Garoppolo. Literally everybody's happy. There's nothing to complain about. And I want to play something else really quick. We're gonna go ahead and get off of this soon. I don't know if there's something you want to read while I do this, but you go ahead. I see you over there working, so I'm gonna pull up this while you do that. Okay.
Yeah. All right. So it says, "What's up, Niner faithful?" Jimmy G, awesome live stream, you guys. Jimmy G, 5-year, $137.5 million. Malcolm Butler will sign. We don't necessarily need a receiver in this free agency. We can definitely stay pat there. We need an edge, corner, and O-line in that order, which we're going to talk about a little bit later on the podcast, guys. We're not going to keep the live YouTube stream going the entire night because it's going to be a little bit long one. But you can see where you can find our description at iTunes. The link is below in the description as well if you want to take time out to listen to that. Thank you for taking time to keep us informed. I've been waiting on y'all Niner Bros for a minute. I'm a longtime listener and watcher.
We got you, baby. We got you.
Kevin Watts, big shout out. Appreciate that. 49er Empire Highlights says can't wait until next year. Happy, Hungry, Sleepy says we going straight ass mouth on Fools next season. I completely agree.
Straight ass mouth.
Straight ass mouth. Straight ass to mouth on Fools next season. Our Jesus is my king says our defense made Cap look good.
Cap. Wait. I want to make it clear. I'm not shitting on Cap. When Cap came in, that RPO, the read option, and all that stuff, that was new.
It was new,
and Cap was running it very well.
I'm
not trying to take anything away from him, but he never evolved.
He never had, whether that's coaching with coaching changes or offensive coordinators, he never had that opportunity to evolve.
Right. So I'm not trying to dump on Cap or
Yeah.
anything. I don't want you guys to think that's what my purpose was. So you can go ahead and finish that.
Do you trade down to acquire more picks and leave Edmonds and Nelson on the board?
We're gonna
or
get to
do you
that.
select? We're going to talk about free agency and draft later. Our coaching changes didn't help Cap, which we just said. Jimmy has better coaching. I agree. Prague always smart about the money. He's just grumpy and balding. Tremaine Johnson is greater than Butler. And then one last one. Bulky killed the roster each year.
By the way, before I play this next clip, shout out to Jed York. Guys, I am 49ers Mike _NF on Twitter. Please see my pinned tweet. Jed York, respect.
Hats off to you, buddy.
Respect.
Gaining that respect back from the Niner faithful. I know a lot of fans out there saying that they want to see a Super Bowl first.
No,
but this
that.
guy,
Come on,
I agree. I agree with you. This guy has taken our shit from all the faithful. He stood his ground. He said he was going to fix it. He went out. He got John Lynch. He got he got Kyle Shanahan.
No, he got Lynch first. Come on, look at it. Got to be legal here. Legally,
he got John Lynch first. He got a great coach in Kyle Shanahan. These two guys are literally working together side by side. I don't think either one of them do something without the other's approval, which is great because the last time we had that in San Francisco, I've said this all the time, was Eddie DeBartolo, with a general manager and owner and head coach all working together, and we see what happened with that. So big shout out to Jed York, man. I'm highly appreciative of what he's doing right now. He's sticking to his guns. He ate it. He ate what the fans had to give to him. He stayed off Twitter. And the biggest thing is there's no leaks, man. It's gone.
You know what? It's more than that. Today something was said in the presser that made me so proud of Jed York. So everyone said, good, congratulations. First of all, that's not how it started. So we fired Chip Kelly, right? And fans are, oh my God, we're right back at it. We hired John Lynch, and the fans were killing Jed York. Who is this guy? I can't believe you got a fucking analyst, but he has no experience. The fans were destroying Jed York, okay? So then Kyle Shanahan comes. Great. You want the guy who couldn't finish off a Super Bowl? Can't believe this guy. You wanted Jed York didn't say shit. He didn't respond to anybody. Held his little presser. And what did he do? He introduced the guys. He sat back and he let them talk, right? Fast forward to today. Fans love the team. Fans love the quarterback. Fans love the GM. Fans love the head coach, right? And this is what happened today in the presser. During the Jimmy Garoppolo presser. John Lynch says, I want to thank Jed York. He says, and every time I go to Jed York and say, what do you think about this? Jed York says, that's what I hired you for.
Yep.
He is letting them make all the football decisions. If you are still hating on Jed York, it's because you just want to. That's it. He is literally letting these guys make all the football decisions. John Lynch said it today in the presser. Go back and listen to it. He said, anytime I come to you and say, what do you think of this? He says, that's what I hired you for. And you say the same thing to Kyle. He isn't making any football decisions. He hired football guys who know football. They surrounded themselves with more football guys. You look at Martin Mayhew, you look at Adam Peters, and they are making the football decisions. Jed York is just sitting back and letting the fruits of his labor blossom.
I think that's another guy that needs to get a lot more praise is Adam Peters.
Hey, man, that's another time for another day. You're right. You're absolutely right, though. I love what Adam Peters is doing, and hopefully the Niners can keep him here for another season or two.
But I loved it when John Lynch thanked Jed York, and he also said, hey, it's a lot easier when you're not spending your own money. It's a lot easier when you're not spending your own money. And then he looked at Jed York and said, with that being said, thank you to Jed York. So I really appreciate that. And guys, get off of Jed York's balls, man. Like, let him breathe a little bit, man.
That's it, man. You guys, listen, he's doing what it takes, all right? Not everybody can come in and just run a team the right way. You look at what's happening in Cleveland. Cleveland, with all those first-round picks, with all that money, year after year after year, don't get it right. Jed York is getting it right. And he learned from his mistakes quickly. He could have stuck it out with Chip Kelly a little bit longer. All the money he still owes Chip Kelly, are you kidding me? All the money he still owes Jim Tomsula. Tomsula's still getting paid one more season.
And he didn't have heartbreak for burying Chip Kelly's dad in a 49ers jersey.
Yeah, he could have made an emotional decision, said, look, this guy's dad just died, and he buried him in 49ers sweatsuit. Like, I'll keep him one more year. He didn't do that. He saw Kyle Shanahan destroy the Seahawks in the playoffs and said, that's my guy.
Yep.
Because the first thing you have to do to be successful is win your division. We haven't beat the Seahawks since 2011.
Yeah.
In Seattle.
Yeah.
We haven't beat them in Seattle since 2011.
I think it's 14 when we beat them, but
so yeah, Jed York made the right decision. He did what he had to do. And as evidenced by what John Lynch said today, he's not even making football decisions anymore. I absolutely
Which is good.
Let's get back to the hype. We're gonna play this is something that people might not have heard. Joe Staley talking about his teammate and his new quarterback, his guy in the center, the guy that he's
and finding out why he was on an interview.
Yeah,
that Jimmy Garoppolo.
Back to phone calls in a second, but we get a chance to talk a little more about Jimmy Garoppolo because Joe Staley, one of the guys that blocks for him, get a chance to chat with him now. Joe, Bruce Murray, James Lofton, thanks for joining us on short notice. How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing good. It's exciting. I just found out through you guys that Jimmy got a new deal. So,
are you disappointed, Joe, that you didn't grow up being a quarterback?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't have the body type, man. Destined to be a big, fat, 300-pound left tackle.
Joe, I was there for Jimmy's first start with the 49ers in Chicago, and then the subsequent games that you guys played against Jacksonville and Tennessee back-to-back and at home later on. And you could feel the groundswell growing for him in the community. Was it the same way in the locker room? Does he just have that it factor?
Yeah, totally. I mean, I think from the day one when he got there, everybody was really excited about the opportunity to play with him because, it's kind of where he came from, just getting to be around the guy. The guy's pretty special. But then just on the practice field and seeing everything that he does, the way he prepares, guys are really excited to see what we can do on the game day and when we get out there and play with him. So, and then he came out there and we played well. We won. Came back at the end of the game against Chicago, won that game, and then just slowly gained more confidence in him. And I think once you have a lot of confidence in what the quarterback's doing, it kind of raises everybody's level around him. So I think you just kind of saw that at the end of the year. He was kind of raising everybody's level of play throughout the season as he went. And we're excited to have him for the entire off season and training camp, and then the full season after.
Well, and I was going to ask you, we just saw the Philadelphia Eagles on Sunday night win a game with their backup quarterback and emphasize the concept of it being a team game, and we know that. And